Good evening and welcome to Candidate Forum. My name is Randy Osborne. I am here with Dr. Razack, and he's running for Congressional District 11. Tell us a little bit about your life story. I know it's been described as the American dream.
Only here in America could a young immigrant child who arrived with virtually nothing grow up to become a board-certified neurosurgeon and law school professor. I'm also a husband, a father, and a community leader. Now I'm running for the United States Congress. That story could only happen here in America, and that's why I'm so passionate about the freedoms and the values that make our nation exceptional.
Your family immigrated here from India legally into the United States. Tell us how that experience gave you the view you have of America.
Well, my family story is the American dream. We immigrated legally to the United States in search of religious liberty, economic opportunity, and the constitutional freedoms that make this country exceptional. My parents came here with almost nothing. My dad had $20 to his pocket, but they deeply believed in the promise of America, and through hard work, sacrifice, and determination, they built a better life for our family. Because America rewards those efforts, and America gave us opportunities that we would have never had anywhere else in the world. That experience gave me a profound appreciation for citizenship, freedom, and personal responsibility. It taught me that liberty and opportunity are precious gifts that never must be taken for granted.
You often have spoken about becoming an American citizen. Why was that such an important part of your life?
Becoming a U.S. citizen was one of the most proud moments of my life. I often joke that it was like winning the lottery, but of course without the money. When I took the oath of citizenship, I became a part of something far greater than myself. The greatest constitutional republic in human history, founded on individual liberty, personal responsibility, equal opportunity, and the rule of law. That moment reinforced commitment to the Constitution and the responsibilities that come with it. An oath that I have honored ever since through service to my patients, my community, and of course, my country.
You have performed over 15,000 surgeries. Tell me how those surgeries have led you to be able to serve in the United States Congress.
As a surgeon, my focus has always been on solving problems and helping people, and of course, improving their lives. Medicine teaches you to listen carefully and weigh the facts and stay calm under pressure. And we make those decisions based on evidence and common sense, qualities sorely needed in Washington today. Over a career spanning more than 30 years, I've performed more than 15,000 surgeries, as you've said, and cared for thousands of patients and their families. That experience taught me the value of preparation, accountability, and leadership. And of course, we always want measurable results.
Dr. Razack, many voters have questions of your faith and your background. Can you tell us about your upbringing and the values who have shaped who you are today?
Sure. For those who have asked, I'm a conservative American Muslim who was raised in the Catholic tradition. At the age of 5, my parents put me in Catholic school. That's where I learned how to read, write, and speak English because I studied the Bible. And that's where I was taught the timeless values of faith, family, and discipline, and personal service and respect for others. It also taught me one important lesson: never underestimate a nun with a ruler and a mission. Thankfully, I learned that lesson early. Those experiences helped shape the person that I am today and reinforce my belief that strong families, strong faith, and personal responsibility, especially service to others, are essential to a strong America.
Some voters have asked whether your faith would influence your decisions in Congress. How would you respond?
My loyalty is to the United States of America and the U.S. Constitution. I fully support the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Second Amendment, and freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, equal justice under the law, private property rights, secure borders, and the rule of law. Every elected official takes an oath to support and defend the Constitution, and I take that oath very seriously. My faith does guide me as a person, but the Constitution guides me as your public servant. In Congress, my duty will be to uphold the Constitution and protect the rights of all Americans and faithfully serve the people of Florida's 11th Congressional District.
There has been a discussion about Sharia law. Where do you stand on that issue?
Let me be absolutely clear. I reject Sharia law along with any religious or foreign legal system that conflicts with the U.S. Constitution. That includes any radical ideology, organization, or movement that seeks to undermine or replace or supersede our Constitution. The Constitution is the supreme law of our land and must always remain so. No ideology or political movement or foreign government or religious legal code should ever take precedence over the rights, freedoms, and protections guaranteed to every American citizen. As a candidate for Congress, my oath and allegiance are to the U.S. Constitution. I will always defend the rule of law, individual liberty, religious freedom, and equal justice for all Americans under one Constitution and one nation.
Doctor, you have spoken about supporting churches and synagogues during the COVID pandemic. Why would you do that, and why was that important to you?
As a community leader, I believe we must set an example for others to follow. During the COVID pandemic, we donated hundreds and hundreds of boxes of food to Christian churches and Jewish synagogues because I believe religious liberty is one of the greatest strengths and blessings of America. Strong communities depend on strong families and strong faith institutions helping one another. Neighbors must help neighbors regardless of faith, race, or background. America is at its best when communities come together in difficult times.
What does patriotism mean to you as someone who's become an American citizen?
Patriotism means that you love your country, you appreciate the freedoms that we all enjoy, that you honor the sacrifices made by our veterans, our military families, our first responders, and previous generations. We all do our part in making America strong. I never take my citizenship for granted. I believe our Constitution is precious. Our freedoms are worth defending. The United States remains the greatest force for liberty, opportunity, and self-government and human achievement in the world. Patriotism is not just something we say. It's something that we have to demonstrate through service, sacrifice, and civic responsibility, and the love of our country.
What message would you like to leave the voters in Florida's 11th Congressional District?
The message is that my campaign is not about religion, ethnicity, or where someone was born. It's about real issues. That's serving the American people and solving the challenges facing our nation. I'm a board-certified neurosurgeon and law school professor. I'm a husband, a father, and proud American. For 30 years, I've helped people, I've solved problems, and I've delivered results. I'm running to make healthcare more affordable, secure our borders, protect our kids, strengthen election integrity, defend constitutional freedoms, grow our economy, and preserve the American dream. Washington does not need more career politicians. It needs leaders who will put the American people first. Running for Congress is my way of giving back to the country I love. With faith in God, confidence in our Constitution, and common sense leadership, we can all build a stronger, safer, and more prosperous America. My name is Dr. Nizam Razack. I'm running for U.S. District 11, and I approve this message. May God bless Florida, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
And that's all the time we have with Congressional Forum. This is Randy Osborne with Dr. Razack. Until next time.
I'm Nizam Razack, a candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.